Is a new series I wanted to start called Tarot and Your Body. What is that? That's where we map various tarot cards to different systems or functions or parts of your body. And I thought it would be kind of cool to do. For a large variety of reasons, we could do this. Now, obviously, we want to stay away from the trap of medical advice. None of us are doctors. None of us play doctors on TV. So we will not be giving medical advice here. But for entertainment purposes, there's a large variety of things we could use this for that would really be kind of fun. So where does this come from? Or where does I associate cards to various systems in your body from? Well, medical astrology, we know this has been around a very, very long time. And it's used for a variety of situations or for a variety of reasons. So we also know that astrology correspondences and tarot exist. We have a tarot and astrology course on the channel where we talk about the mappings between those, the decans and whatnot, and thought it would be interesting to link A and B together to point to different cards that would be really cool and really point to various parts of our body. So what is this good for, you ask? One would be fertility readings. Someone wants to know about fertility, and we get these readings from time to time. Pregnancy readings, fertility readings. I mean, this is a fairly common thing. When someone is wondering, will I get pregnant next year, or will I get pregnant, within 6 months or something like that, it'd be kind of fun to throw down some cards, again, entertainment purposes, and find out more. Obviously, we have cards that point to this now. Let's say the Empress, right? Master of the obvious there. But there are other cards as well. And where other cards will point more specifically to various parts or various things within the window. So I think that would be great for fertility readings and to things like that. Another is eating, right? Different eating. Maybe this is not a good week for the donut, pizza, and soda diet. Maybe it's not a good week for that. We got cards that point to our digestive system or food. There are also food addictions. So it could be a situation where they need to watch out for certain food addictions or certain foods, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it would be interesting, again, to sort of point out that within the course. Now, again, another thing would be the digestive system. So a lot of people will meditate on various body parts or various systems, to sort of start out their week or start out their day to bring health to those systems. A lot of people will pour energy and vitality into various systems. And it'll be kind of interesting when they do that, again, to point to what systems the card that we laid down point to. And that would be very interesting as well. So another thing would be for celebrity readings. So our favorite celebrity has gone AWOL. We don't know where they went. Word is they have something wrong. I think it'd be kind of fun to throw down some cards and try to figure out what it is. See if we're right, see if we're wrong. Hey, it's just a celebrity reading. It'd be kind of fun to throw down some cards and figure out what exactly is wrong with that celebrity or what's happening over there behind closed doors. So again, that would be another very cool way of sort of using this and just having something different in our toolbox of tarot that we can sort of use and move forward with and do all that stuff. So again, long history of medical astrology, and mapping these cards out is a pretty simple process. And of course, we'll have handouts. The actual handouts for this are only available to the Patreon subscribers, but basically it's the same thing you're seeing on the screen. So long history of medical astrology, we can talk about hydration. Is this a good time? Always a good time to hydrate, but is this a very specific time window right now where you need to watch your hydration or, make sure that you get your hydration in, make sure and watch that as something to, sort of look out for during, so they're saying, they're taking a vacation, for example, going to the beach, what have you. Hey, you pull the hydration cards and now you're looking at, you really need to sort of watch your hydration, make sure that you got enough. out on the beach, this is going to maybe come into play and be a problem, So just make sure that you stay hydrated in that time. And again, fertility would be another one, right? Fertility, am I going to get pregnant next year, next month, next decade, whatever. Fertility readings are a thing. We always get them. We're always going to get them. Might as well have a little more in the toolbox other than I don't see the Empress, right? And again, food intake, various bodily systems, just mapping it out. So again, we have these things within our toolbox. So let's see, what are the uses of this course? Like I talked about before, guessing celebrity illnesses. Somebody just went AWOL. They vanished. We don't know where they went. Something's up. Rumor has it there's something going on. And we can throw down some cards and guess, or try to guess, and just have some fun with it, right? And again, fertility readings, it's sort of what to focus on, what to put our energy, our meditation into, what to focus positive energy into this week. So you throw down a card. This week, we need to focus positive energy on, our speech center, or positive energy on our brain, or, whatever it is, the card that we lay down. So, and some of this, by the way, points to vitamins as well. So some cards will relate directly to vitamins. So Mercury would be B1, for example. So it's just interesting. It's very interesting, again, to just have this within our toolbox and things like that. So some of the cards as well point to speaking, communication, addictions, and may want to watch out for addictions during this period. So someone's coming around, they're like, I'm on a general reading. You throw down a couple of addiction cards, you'll be like, watch out and don't get caught up into any addictions. I mean, sort of cut that off at the pass, right? Before it becomes a problem, figure out if I'm headed for any addictions, or because people have such a wide variety of addictions. Some people have food addictions. Some people have addictions to a certain person or a certain personality style or a certain relationship type. I mean, there are a lot of different addictions that we need to sort of watch out for at various times in our life. And when we throw down the addiction card, it could mean something like that. Again, speaking and communication. Tarot cards could be thrown down, could point to sort of a Mercury retrograde type feel, right? To where your speaking and things really need to be more coordinated because they're going to be challenging coming up. I thought that would be fascinating to do that. Dreams and sleep as well. So this is a good time for your sleep and your dreams to be very vivid. Go ahead, grab a dream journal and a pen, put it beside the bed, and when you wake up, you want to write down what you had because you can analyze those dreams later, right? With dream analysis techniques that are also in the tarot, etc. So it'd be kind of fun. You lay down some cards, say, look, this week, write down your dreams. They're going to be very vivid. It's going to be great. For general readings, right? Again, general readings, you're putting down cards. You're at a loss of what to say sometimes. You're just like, okay, I got 5 court cards in a row. What's going on here? This really brings to life a general reading. Meditation, what to be mentally focused on, hydration. Maybe it's a dry month. Maybe it's a wet month. Watch out for addictions, maybe public speaking. You may want to organize that really well because it's going to be challenging. I mean, there's so much here. That we can use, that we can have fun with and talk about. So I really think that this is a fun, entertaining way to do general readings or to do fertility readings, etc. So this is what this is about. This is the focus of this course. So what is this not? This course is definitely not medical advice. That would get you sued very, very quickly. Nor is it substitute for a doctor. Always entertainment purposes only. And when we're sort of going into this, you need to understand that. If you get even remotely close to sounding like you're giving medical advice, that's obviously an issue. So don't do that. That's what this course is not. You're not a doctor, nor do you play one on TV. So we just talk about mapping things. So let's talk about an example here and warm up with the planet Mercury. So the planet Mercury, by the way, vitamin B1, if you're curious. And Mercury is obviously associated with communication in astrology. It's also a fast moving planet, so it's going to move around much faster than something like, let's say, Jupiter, for example. So we'll talk about Mercury as just a first thought here. Now, Mercury is within several different signs or several different elements of the tarot. So Mercury will be in fire, will be a particular card. Mercury in water or cups will be a particular card, and swords and pentacles, etc. So when Mercury gets into these different elements, then it has different meanings, which are going to be obviously important as we sort of move into sort of how to break down the tarot into different bodily functions and bodily parts, etc., like that. Let's take a quick example. Again, obviously the course is going to cover all of them, but this is just a quick example. Mercury, vitamin B1 in Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius is the Eight of Wands. So this is fire, Mercury within fire. Obviously, we still have much to go. We have Mercury within water, Mercury in air, Mercury in earth. So within Sagittarius, we're looking at, again, the Eight of Wands, or the wands moving around. The movement card, Eight of Wands, everybody knows this, right? So this is going to point to ADHD or hyperactivity. And this sort of makes sense already. You see, it makes sense already because you're looking at the wands moving forward, or the fire element moving quickly across the screen, points to that ADHD and hyperactivity. It also points to paralysis as well. But just as far as a first glance or a first look, now this sort of makes sense. This starts to make sense. And Mercury in Sagittarius being that movement, that fire, that Mercury quick moving into fire, has the Eight of Wands thrusting across the screen, and it makes sense that that is ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or hyperactivity. So again, this sort of starts making sense. And a lot of these cards, as you go through, you look at the card and the picture within the card, within the original Rider-Waite, and it matches almost perfectly to what you're thinking in the first place. So if I asked you for ADHD hyperactivity, probably half of you would have said the Eight of Wands. So again, it makes sense. A lot of these make sense. So this is going to be a great course, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy it. And please hit like and subscribe and let me know that you're looking forward to this, because this could be a lot of fun. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video where we actually start the process of learning all about this.